Hi everyone. So we're waiting for others to join. So it's now 5 minutes past 6. So I think we can just start with this class. Today we're having a History Makers Forex class, and we'll be doing an introduction to Forex trading. So it will be more of a engaging lesson. Um, just hold on a bit. I want to do something. All right. Sorry about that. I had to do something. So I was saying today we're just gonna be doing an introduction to forex trading. There isn't gonna be a presentation that we're gonna do. Well, I can give you a brief of what we're gonna cover in the following weeks. We're gonna do technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and these two topics are the key topics that you will have to learn and understand and master so that you can start your journey to become a trader, either as a professional or as a retail trader person. So I didn't give an introduction. So my name is Mukobe Mubari, and I'm a student at VETS. I'm doing my fourth year in civil engineering, and so I've been trading since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So the first two years, yeah, were the most unprofitable 2 years, and trust me, the journey was tough. So as you're learning, you think, okay, forex trading, here I am. I'm gonna be making millions, and then you get to see so many people on Instagram posting nice pictures of beautiful cars, and then you're like, okay, now when you open your first account, you don't even know what is a margin call. There's something called a margin call, and then it hits you, and then now you can't be able to trade anymore. So, and you can't believe it that you actually lost your first 1,000 rand online. You think it's a scam or something like that, right? So, yeah, that basically happened to me because I had little knowledge about forex trading. So yeah, over the past few years, I've been refining my knowledge by reading some books and engaging in conversations that talk about market analysis, so that I can be able to understand more of the market. So it's always a continuous journey where now you always have to equip yourself with relevant knowledge about the market, where you always have to be out there looking for the knowledge so that you can improve the skills that you have. So it doesn't stop with saying that, okay, I've studied this and then I'm good enough and then I can just sustain this thing. So you keep on studying, you keep on reading books, and so it's a continuous improvement process. So yeah, I think that's just it about my background. I currently trade at a company called Bucksberg. I do short-term trading there, so they have a short-term portfolio for forex trading, where they trade forex and stocks as well. So CFDs. I'm pretty sure some of you were there in the shares investments class yesterday. So if down the line, I think your teacher will tell you more about CFDs. It's the same, they are treated the same way as Forex because they usually use technical analysis and then they are leveraged. So yeah, you find out more about that as you attend your shares investment classes. And then, so what I want to know from you guys, I see we have 16 attendants so far. So I'd like to know, maybe you can raise your hand or unmute your mic. Do you guys know anything about Forex trading, and what do you know about it? So I just want us to have an engaging conversation about it. So what have you heard about forex trading, and what do you think about forex trading so far? And then just before we can start with my part, I would like to know from you guys, what is your perception of forex trading? So yeah, I'm giving you guys an opportunity to just, I want to hear your beautiful voices. So you can unmute the mic, and then you can just tell me about your, if you have traded before, you can just share your trading experience and how was it, and how did you see forex before, and then how do you see it now, and then from there we can just continue from there. Then we can talk about the introductory part of it. So yeah, I don't know if I should pick a person, or you guys can unmute yourselves and start sharing. If it's your first time, you can just share why are you interested in forex trading. Hello, is there anybody here? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay, I think there's no one who's raising their hand or unmuting the mic, so I'm gonna pick. So consider yourself lucky if I pick you. Takarani, do you mind unmuting your mic and tell us what is your experience with Forex trading and what do you know about Forex trading? Takarani, is anyone here?
Hi guys, hi Mukove. Can
I
you hear
see.
me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yes. Yeah, so I can say my experience has been almost like yours. Jumped into the market, okay, with basic knowledge. Also, I made some profit, but then yeah, things took a turn and I blew the account within 2 months, I think. Yeah, so that's it. At the moment, I've been trading a smaller account, trying to see, building some knowledge. Yeah, we'll be taking it from there. Then hopefully this class will empower me more. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Siawonga, for sharing your interesting journey. Yeah, I think typically most people go through that slippery slope part of Forex trading where you feel like you're going to make millions and then you blow your account, right? So every now and then you hear traders that they blew up their account. So if you don't know what it means to blow up your account, is remember with Forex trading, you put up your money as a startup capital, and then when you trade, you sort of like leverage the money that you have so that you can make more profits. So now, say you are highly leveraged, meaning that you're using more money than you actually have at your account, and then things go south, they go sideways, so you end up losing most of your money, and then you can end up having blowing your account. So that's what Siabonga is talking about there. And then do you have anyone else maybe who would like to share their story? Kahiso, do you mind telling us what do you know about forex trading and what's your perspective? I would like to hear from you guys if because I think over the past 2 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, there's been this notion that forex trading is more like a scam. Yeah, so people try to lure people into trading, and then Kahiso,
Hi,
you, hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. The
Okay.
reason why I joined is because last time, well, I don't have any basic knowledge when it comes to forex and anything like that. So this other time I was going through Instagram and this guy was like, "Hi, I'm seeing that you are viewing my statuses and stuff like that. Can I please you help you with forex?" Only to find that the guy's gonna actually scam me. So now I wanna know.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part. You said what? Kahiso? Okay, I think I lost Kahiso there. Um, I don't know. Can anyone hear me? I don't know if I'm the one who's in network problems. Oh, okay. So experience vary from person to person, right? And then in terms of trading, you would say that there's only few people that actually trade and make it without having blowing their account. And then so with that in put in mind, so you should be willing to lose some money in a way we call it school fees for learning, by the way. I have a friend who says that when you are going into trading, you need to have set some money aside that you will be using as an experimental capital, that you don't have any emotions attached to it, because it's important to have your emotions not attached to your money. Because in trading, you could see that, say for example, you buy let's say USGs are right, our currency against the dollar, and then now you become more profitable, but then there's certain emotions that can settle in, and then you become more greedy, and then you see, okay, it's still going up, you're getting more profits, and then you decide, okay, let me just hold it for maybe the next 2-3 hours, and things can happen in the next 2-3 hours. So somewhere somehow Zuma decides to post about something else that is related to the international trades or whatever current political affairs are there, and then things go south, and then now you end up losing a lot of money, right? So now I think this forex trading has to do a lot with emotional intelligence, right? So managing how you respond to situation, and then so if you say you are buying and then you're going with it, right, and then knowing when is good enough, right? Because you do have a point where you make a lot of money, but then if you are making a lot of money, you need to know, okay, this is what I'm looking to get out of the market, right? Because you can't always be going up all the time in the market, and then you can't always be going down in the market, right? So that also talks about risk. So if you're losing, you need to know how much are you willing to lose, right? So usually when people blow their accounts, it's because in the beginning they don't understand what is risk management, right? So, and then that is something that we will dwell into when we proceed with these classes. So I think forex trading has to do a lot with risk management. So if you know how to manage your risk, then you can do well in the market. So if you give yourself enough time to analyze the markets and look at the trends of the market, which are the things that are more technical about the market, then you can understand more about the market, and you will grow, right? So I wanted to just know, it seems like we have people that have never seen a platform for trading. So maybe I would like to just give an introduction to that platform. So I'm gonna share my screen just now with, so when we trade, right, we trade using this MT4. It's a platform for trading, and then you have different brokers, right? So when you wanna become a trader, you open an account with a brokerage firm. So there's international ones and local ones. So you have your local ones. I think local ones, there's I don't know if you guys know GT 24/7. So if you guys know Easy Equities, so it's they are under the same company with Easy Equities, so it's called GT 24/7. They do have forex currencies there, and then you can trade with them. So it's a good platform locally. So the good thing about local brokers is that you're not gonna get a lot of scammers there. So in terms of say you put up your money there, deposit your money with GT 24/7, you can easily get it back, because they're just headquartered here by Bram there. So you can go to Bram there and then tell them that, okay, you want your money back, and then they'll definitely give it back to you. Yeah, provided that you can talk your way out, So but then yeah, this GT 24/7 is one of the trusted brokers. You have IC markets. So I'll send some of these brokers in the group there, if you guys are in the group chat, so that you can just check them out at your own time. So you have IC markets, you have XM, you have Pepperstone, and many other plus 500. There's so many brokers that are out there, and some of them, they allow you to trade using rands, right? So it's not only USD or pounds or euros. like XM, it allows you to trade using rands. So when you deposit your money, it does reflect in rands terms. And so I just don't want to talk about a lot of terms so that I don't lose you guys. So I'll just try to be speaking like a more of a normal person as possible. All right, so let me try and share the screen of this platform that I have with me. Let me just do that. All right, can you guys see the screen that I'm sharing right now?
Yes, we can see.
All right, so this is MT5, right? So with MT5, it's under the broker XM. So I use XM to trade on my personal account. So the MT5, it allows you to trade stocks as well, right? So if you wanted to do CFDs, you can easily trade them here. So say for example, where I went, okay, this is not fully loaded as yet, so it doesn't have all the packages, right? So I just installed it recently. So okay, we can work with what we have so far, right? So but then when it's functioning properly and everything is installed properly, you do have if you scroll down from here where it's written Forex, you do have CFDs and you do have commodities where you can trade your rise and other stuff, right? So basically, if you are learning Forex trading, you're learning how to trade other how do I put it, other asset classes, right? So say you want to trade commodities, you can easily trade them by understanding how Forex works. So say you want to trade your CFDs, you can trade them using the principles that you learned from Forex trading, right? So basically, we can just go through this platform and then you guys can download it on your PCs or on your mobile devices, and then you can just play around with the platform. So the good thing about Forex trading, right? You don't have to practice with real money first. So if you want to have the sense of losing money, you can download, open a demo account with XM or GT247, which is the South African broker. So when you open a demo account, you can be able to trade with that fake money that they give you. So they can allocate you certain millions and then you will feel like a millionaire for a moment. So, and then you can be able to use that money to see how it behaves in the real market time. Okay. So basically what you have here, right? This is a currency called GBP USD, which means Great Britain against United States dollars, right? I think if you guys, I think you guys know what USD is. So yeah, GBP is the Great Britain pound. Okay. So you have it against USD, right? So what you have here on this on the right here is the price, the current price that the market is offering, right? So this price you can either sell or buy at, right? So you usually have if you check here, you have your sell and you have your buy. So if you want to buy or sell, you can click any of these buttons and then it will sell or buy at the moment at the current price that the market is selling at or buying at, right? And then what you have, these numbers that you see here, 0.01, these are the numbers that actually manage your risk for the account. They sort of like play a huge role in managing your risk. So these are what we call lot sizes, right? So if you say you sell, right, at 0.01, and then you sell at 0.02, the sell at 0.01, if you're losing 1%, if you're losing 1 rand, say if you're winning 1 rand, let me put the winning side because we always want to win. So if you're winning 1 rand, then if you sell it, if you sold at 0.02, you would be gaining 2 rands, right? So it's 2 times what you would have gotten when you sold at 0.01, right? So on the upper side, you make a lot of money, right? But the downside is that if you're not careful enough, what you can gain on the upper side, you can also lose on the downside as well. So if the market goes against you, if you're losing 1 rand, you can also, instead of losing 1 rand, you can lose 2 rands. So now you lose your money quicker, right? And you gain your money quicker. So it also depends on the capital that you have, which is part of risk management that we're going to cover as we go on, right? So, okay, that was just me explaining about the lot sizes, right? So, and then you have your time frames, right? So time frames, they show you what the market is doing at that periodic time, right? So if you click on H4, it means these candles that you see here. So what you see here in the chart, these are called candlesticks, right? The ones that are shaded, it means the market was selling. So they open, let me put it up. Let me zoom in for you guys. So it means that the ones that are shaded, it means that the market is selling, right? So they opened at a high point. So this is an opening price. Looking at this candle right here, and then going down here, it's a closing price. So for that 4-hour period, this candle was busy selling. So the market was selling. So everyone that was entering the market at that time, they were usually selling. So if you were buying at that moment, you were probably not making money because the market is going against you. So that's what it means when people saying the market went against me. So it went the opposite, right? And then so this is for an hour 4-hour chart, and then you have your daily chart, which shows you what happened over the day. So if you look at this candle here, this one that you see here, the white one, it means that for that entire day, there was a massive sell, right? So from the beginning of the day, they were selling. What you have here at the top is something that we call a wick, right? I will show you more of these as we go on, and then you'll get to understand the technical the description of the candle and how to interpret a candle, right? So this is what we call a wick, and then you have the market selling throughout this day, right? And then if you go to the weekly time frame, so this happens this has been going up on a weekly time frame, right? So if you had bought maybe from, let me show you, from 2020 May, this is May, yeah, and you go up, you would have gained 18,781 points. So depending on the amount that you put and the risk that you're taking, it can be a lot of money, right? So when we talk about points is it's like pips, right? So in your performance in Forex trading is measured through pips, right? So I intended not to share a lot of terminologies at the moment because I might confuse you. So let me just you get to understand what are pips when we continue with the class, right? So and then that's your monthly charts. So you hardly have people that are trading the weekly and the monthly charts, right? You have people that trade the daily charts, the 4-hourly charts, the 1-hourly chart, and 30 minutes intervals and 50 minutes intervals. So there are people that trade these 30 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute chart. They're usually called scalpers, right? So when someone is scalping the market, is someone that has dedicated their time to study the market and enter for a short period of time and make a lot of money and leave, right? So they can lose a lot of money at the same time, but then usually scalpers, they trade for a short period of time. So you have someone that will be trading for maybe 2 hours, yeah, 2 hours there, and then that person opens the trade, and then within an hour they close it, or within 2 hours they close it, right? So they don't spend a lot of time in the market, right? And then you have your swing traders, right? So these are types of traders. So your swing traders, they trade more like an investment philosophy. So what they do is they are willing to hold their position for a certain period of time. So they usually look at the long-term trend of the market, right? So how the market is behaving in the long term, right? So you can find that in the market, people are just buying for the longest period. I think in this situation, we did see that in a weekly, they've just been buying. In the market has just been going up, right? And this is beautiful because when the market is just going up, you can make a lot of money because now you just buy and you just hold for a certain period of time, right? But then knowing when to sell is good enough so that you can get out with profits, because the market can go up and then go down at the same time, right? So yeah, and then the swing traders, they usually trade the daily charts, and some they enter during the 4-hour chart and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you. This is a line graph of the chart. So if you don't want to be looking at the candlesticks, you can look at the line graph. So it basically shows you the same thing without the candlesticks, and then and then you can just be able to interpret the trend. So you can see it going up here. It's smoother than the candlesticks, because the candlesticks have the zigzags that you see there, the zigzags that you see there. So some people prefer trading with the line graph as well. And then you have your bar chart. I hardly use the bar chart. I haven't met anyone that uses the bar chart. So you're free to explore any of these tools and see which ones you're comfortable with. And then so this is the platform that you have. And so yeah, I just want to know from you guys. Okay, I think Siawonga knows the platform so far. Are you guys happy with the platform? Are you able to access it, and do you think you'll be able to download it on your own? Hello? Is everybody here? Okay. All right. So okay, let me just show you some other tools of the platform. Right. So what we have in the platform, right, is the tools that you use when you're doing technical analysis, right? So when you do technical analysis, you become a person who's fascinated with patterns. And when you are fascinated by patterns, you need to be able to spot these patterns, right? So we will go through some of most of the patterns that are common in Forex trading. So now I'm just going to show you the tools that will be aiding you in identifying the patterns and drawing trend lines and so on and so forth, right? So what we have here under insert, you have, if you go to objects, right, you have what we call, if you check there, there's vertical line, horizontal line, trend, sorry, there's vertical line, horizontal line, and trend line, and all of these other lines that are there, right? So if you say so in Forex trading, when you're trading, you're always looking for certain behaviors in the market, right? Because you want to make how do I put it, an informed decision, right? So when you trade, when you sell, you need to have a reason as to why you are selling. So you can't just wake up and say I'm selling, right? So that's in gambling, right? So when you're in gambling, you can just do that. But in Forex trading, you don't want to behave like a person who's a gambler. So when you're selling, you need to have a solid reason as to why you're selling, right? So technical analysis and fundamental analysis, those are your tools that help you reach a decision as to whether you should sell or whether you should buy, right? And then so somewhere somehow forex trade is influenced by the political environment, right? So whatever the president says does have an impact on the market. So it's similar to your company analysis. Like if the company is reporting bad news, then you know that people are gonna sell, right? So if the country is not performing well, right, you know its currency is gonna weaken. So in a way, so the performance of the country can be seen through many things, right? So that's when you're looking into forex through fundamental perspective. It can be seen through things such as your GDP growth, your debt levels, and your unemployment rate. The higher it is, the more your production output will decrease, then your currency will decline as well, right? So those things, they affect the trade, right? So now so when you have gathered enough information, right? So similar to all other asset classes, when you have done your own research, and then now you come to the market and you do your analysis, now you want to make a decision, right? So it's a matter of you taking a step back and ask yourself, is this what's really happening in the market, right? So now you need these tools that are there to help you reach the decision that you're about to make, right? So these tools that are there, these vertical lines and horizontal lines and trend lines, so they help you draw the patterns that we're gonna discuss in the classes that follow. So you have your trend line. If you click on the trend line there, so you can see that there's that cross thing there, that if you draw from here to there, it sort of like draws a trend, right? So the market keeps bouncing on this line here, right? So how to draw these things and how to do them, right? I think how to draw them and how to play around with them, you can do that at your own free time, because if you wanna be trading, you need to know how to do that on your own and how to be able to draw up some patterns, right? So we will be using a lot of these lines as we continue proceed with our classes. So I think it's better after the class you download the platform and then understand how it functions, so that next time when we try to talk, do an analysis, and now if you don't know how to use the platform, then you'll be falling back, right? So it's better after the class you go and download this platform, and then you learn a few or two things about how to use the platform. So I'm just showing you some basic things here, which is just the trend lines, and I'm gonna show you something what we call a channel. So it's also part of the patterns that we have in forex trading. So let me just see. So here you have your channel, right? So if you come and draw here, so that gives you a channel. So the market behaves in different ways. So it forms zigzags as it's going up. So it doesn't really go up on a straight line. If it's forming a trend, it doesn't form a straight line trend. It forms it in a zigzag form. And those zigzag forms, they mean a lot of things to different traders and different trading strategies, right? So as you're trading, you develop a trading strategy that you use to tackle the market. I'm sure as a beginner, you are most likely to follow what others are doing in the beginning, but as time goes by, you refine your own strategy based on the information that you learn along the way, and then you can just trade from your own strategy. So the more you learn, the more you get to refine how you view the market, which can be different from others. So it can vary from person to person, because you can find someone selling a currency that you just bought, and you don't have to panic. Someone could be selling it for 5 minutes and you could be buying it for the next 2-3 hours. So that means your strategies are different, right? So this is a channel, right? So the market behaves in an interesting way. So when it's going up, right? So when you're doing a trend analysis, when it's going up, it forms zigzags, right? So it went down. Let me just make these lines bolder so that you can see them. They're too thin. All right. So yeah, some of these things that I'm doing here, you learn on your own as you're playing around with the platform, right? So I'm trying to make the thickness of the lines more visible. So I'm just gonna increase that. I think that's how much thick we can become, right? So, okay, I put the wrong line there. Are you guys still following? Hello? So, okay, I'm trying to show you the zigzags that the market follows as it's moving. So here it went up there, it went down, and then the market went up again, went down again. Right, so, and then it went down again. And then this time it never went up, right? So now this is when the trend ended, and then it's reversing. So it's gonna form another trend here. So what you have here, right? I'm just trying to show you how the tools work. And if I'm moving too fast, don't hesitate to tell me to slow down. All right. And if there's anything that you're not getting, this is just an introductory class. So feel free to stop me at any time, and then we can discuss and throw in ideas here and there, right? Okay. So this is a trend, a channel. So what I was trying to show you that when the market moves, it doesn't necessarily move in a straight line, right? So what you're trying to follow as you're trading, the most basic thing to follow is a trend, right? So if you have a head of people that are trading, or maybe you have traded yourself, you know that it's bad to go against the trend. So if people are saying that we want Zuma, you don't want to be going against them because they'll beat you up, right? So at the same time here, if the market is saying we're going up, so you rather be going up at the same time with the market, because if you go down while the market is going up, you trying to donate your money to the market. And unless if you're a rich person, but the aim is to make money from the market, not to donate money to the market. So yes, so this is a channel that we have, these lines that you see that are parallel. So I think let me just show you where I got the channel from. So from objects here, and then you can come to channels, and the one that I use is an equidistant channel, right? And then you get to know more of this as we go as well. And then you have that channel, so you can just place it wherever you see that the market is trending, or it's forming a channel, kind of a trend, right? So now the market went down here and it went up. So if you see the behavior of the market going up and down, it's a zigzag format, right? So those zigzag formats, they mean a lot of things to different people, right? So the principle of trading is to buy low and sell high, right? So now this is an interesting chart to look at. So if you bought here and sold here, you made profit, right? So if you buy here and sell here, you make a loss, right? So now the aim is to find this point where you can buy here and you can sell here, right? And then the aim is to also sell here and buy here. At the same time, you can buy here again and sell there, right? So once you have identified a channel, so when things have formed in the market, they're easy to identify. Say, for example, this one has already formed, so I can easily identify it for you. But as it's forming, now it becomes a little bit challenging because you don't know whether it's a channel or not. So that's when now you get to learn more of how to identify patterns when they are forming, right? So if a trend line is forming, how to identify it, right? So usually with a trend line, you will need this bottom line to be hit maybe one times, I mean 2 to 3 times, right? So if you have 2 3 times it being hit, then you can just say, okay, now the market is going up, right? And the reason why you're saying the market is going up is that this point that hit here, the following point that hits here has to be higher than this point, right? So now that's now when you're identifying a trend. So when a trend is happening, it gives you a lower low, a higher lows, right? So these points here, they're called high lows, high lows. Sorry about that. So this is a low, right? Because this is a high. If you're coming from here, the market is coming from high and it went down here, so it came to a low, right? So now if it came to a low, now it's going up again on the zigzag format. So now it formed another high. The reason why we call this a high, a second high, is because it's higher than this and that one, right? And then it went down again, it formed a new low, right? And then this is a higher low because this low is higher than this this previous low, right? I hope you guys are following, right? So I'm just gonna explain a trend because I see that we do have a bit of 50 minutes before the class ends, right? So you have this new high low that is formed here, and then the market went up again, right? And it went up and formed a new high again. So this is higher than this high, the previous one. And then high, we mean this is like it went higher than that level. That's what we mean by high, right? Sorry about that. And then it goes down. And then when it went down again, it went down and formed a new higher low, right? So this low is higher than that one. And then it went up again, right? And then it's forming that. So it does that. As you can see, it does that. And this is the highest high that it did. And from there, it started forming lows, and it doesn't want to what? It doesn't want to go back to that high, right? So if you're trading, this becomes your resistance and support levels, which you will learn more about that, right? So now you have changed your direction of the pattern. So now this, whatever is happening here means something to you as a trader, right? So you will learn more about that. I think we will describe that as we proceed. But what I basically described to you is a trend, right? Which is an upward trend. So that's how it moves when it's going up, right? So in a way, if you're trading, you could have this. I want to show you. So you could, your aim is to maybe be able to identify it from here. Do you see what we have? I've hidden the other part, right? So you want to identify this pattern from here, right? So now, when you identify the pattern from here, now there are signals, right? So in Forex trading, you have these things that are called signals. Signals are your patterns, or the movement of the market. It signals you which direction it wants to take, right? So you don't move the market. So the institutions, they move the market. So now you're just waiting for the signs to show you where the market is going, right? So now say it has been trending up. So these candles that you see here, right? So I'm just gonna explain this trend, and then are you guys still with me? Hello. Siyabonga.
Yes, Mokove, I'm following. I'm following.
All right. That's good to hear. I think, yeah, this is the one that I wanted to explain. So when a trend is going up, right, it forms a series of candles. So you have in forex trading, these are called Japanese candles that you see here. So the Japanese candles have only two candles that are formed: the white ones, which are these ones, and then the blank ones. The blank ones are called bullish candles, right? So you probably have heard of the word bulls before, and then the white one, they're called the bearish candles. So the bearish candles are the ones that are signaling that the market is going down. So when everyone is selling, and then when everyone is buying, it's these ones that are blank that are forming, which are the bullish candles. So you have your bears, the white ones, they're called the bears, right? So you have your bears, and then you have your bulls, right? So it's usually the bears and the bulls. If you've seen the Wall Street, I think iconic, what do you call it? Iconic statue. It's a statue of a bull. I don't know if you do follow the Wall Street, but there's a statue of a bull, right? So it comes from these Japanese candlesticks. So now, I was saying you want to catch your trend after it has bounced on your line maybe 2 to 3 times, right? So in this case, it bounced the first time here, and then it bounced the second time here, and then this is the third time, right? So after this third time, now you want to catch it when it's going down. Say you want to sell, right? So we're assuming that we found the market at this point, right? So you did your trend lines here, these zigzags, that shows you the market is going up, right? So now when it went up here, right, if it's going down, it's gonna give you the bearish candles, which is this one that is white. So it's signaling you that you're going down, right? You do have this small candle here that does mean something, but then this one is not it's not as clear as probably this one here. So these are called your dojis, that it shows you that the market is indecisive. So it's not sure whether to we are buying or selling, right? So when the market is indecisive, it wants to change direction usually, right? And that's the time when, if you are planning to buy or sell, you need that's when you start asking yourself if it's changing the direction, if it's going against my analysis. If it's going for my analysis, then I can buy or I can sell at that time, right? Depending on your analysis, right? So in this case, you do have it that formed there, but then it's not a strong one. So you do have this strong bullish candle that formed. It's like a strong bullish candle. It's completely bullish, and then you have this small one. It shows you that the volume has decreased of the number of people that were trading. So the trades that are buying are no longer as significant as they were before, right? So now your trades are changing the direction. So you have this one that is there, and then now the following candle became bearish. It's completely white, right? So now it means you have changed the direction. So after the candle has formed, that's when you can enter your market, right? So you can start selling, and then you sell, and then now you can sell maybe focusing on your on your next point where the market goes down for several times. Here it only went down a few points, and then it went up again. So depending on your strategy, this is a daily candle, so you're gonna be holding your position for a couple of days to actually make profits. So if you sold here on the following day, for you to actually make profits, you're gonna be holding your trade for at least 5 days, right? So it needed someone who was patient, right? And yeah, we're looking at the daily candle stick chart, right? And then so in this trade, if you had entered, you're gonna make somewhere around 1,315 points, right? So knowing how much you are willing to lose and how much you're willing to gain is another topic that we're gonna focus on. So because after you sold, you need to after you've entered the trade, you need to end the trade. So Now, when do you end the trade, right? So that's something that we're gonna cover in other classes. So today I was just giving you a brief on the platform, how it works. So I think I showed you how you can place your trades, and I told you about the brokers that are there that you can use. The local one that I know that is good is GT 24/7 for those that came in later. And there are other international brokers that are there, which is your IC markets, you have Pepperstone, you have XM, the one that I'm using, and you have your plus 500. There are so many. And then they do allow you to trade using rands and deposit using your banking details. And yeah, so we went through this platform, which is MT5. These are free to download for everyone, so you can download on your smartphone or your PC, and you can be able to sort of like play around with the platform, so that next time when we meet, you sort of understand what is happening. For the next 2 weeks, our classes will be mainly theoretical, because I would like to enforce some principles and a brief background on the candles, and a brief background on trend lines and other analysis patterns that are there, so that you guys can be able to understand them. And then after that, that's when we can try and dive into the market and analyze the live market. So that's when we'll be applying the knowledge that you're going to get from the class. So just 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks, I think it's going to be good enough. So which means I'll be a bit faster. So in a way, I think it becomes more helpful if you guys go out there, as I mentioned here. Sorry, is anyone saying anything? Was someone speaking? All right. I think somebody just forgot to mute their mic. So I think it will be helpful if you guys can try to go and get the platform, and then try to understand things through that are there on the platform, and then see how you can play around with the platform. And most importantly, as we are learning, it's important that you also go out there to do your own research, so that you can understand the principles that are there as well. It's more like reinforcing the knowledge that you get from the class, because I think given the time that we have, 1 hour is usually not enough, and it's 1 hour per week. So then I will just rough off, give you things on the surface, and then you guys can go and do your own research to further increase your knowledge and understanding. So yeah, I think next week we'll cover patterns. So I think it's better if you can go out there and just after looking at the chart, you can go out there and look at the patterns and what are patterns, and just do a bit of research so that you can understand what are patterns. And then when we come for the class, then you don't fall back. You sort of like understand what is happening, because sometimes it can sound like it's a foreign language. I know it's foreign exchange, but yeah, it's not that foreign. So if you come having studied a bit about the market and the patterns, then we will be on the same page quicker. So I think this brings our class to an end. I don't know if there's anyone that has any questions with regards to the class, Forex trading, what we covered today, or maybe with regards to history makers in general.
I'm sorry.
You can speak. Yes, I can hear you.
For this one that you're trading, it's Great Britain pound versus US dollar.
Yes.
So what does that mean? If the pounds go up, yeah, will you then make a profit, or will you make a profit if the dollars go up in respect to the pounds? Or
So it depends on what your position is. So remember, you have two currencies, right? So if you have Great Britain, right? If this number goes up, right? Say it's Great Britain USD. If it's going up, it means that the Great Britain is strengthening, right, against the dollar. Do you understand that part? So now what is happening is that if you had bought, say, at this moment, and then the price goes up, then it means you are making profit. If you had sold and then the price goes up, it means you're making a loss. So I hope I answered your question. Are you answered?
yes, thanks.
Yes. So is there any other question?
What is the numbers that are fluctuating in the two columns, the blue and the red column, mean?
You mean these ones, or on the other side here?
No, where you were first, and the the numbers that are on the exponent thingies. Yeah.
On the exponents thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the smaller
so
numbers.
if you check, right, what you have in the market is like, how do I put it? This is everywhere. It's either in forex trading, in stocks, and whatsoever. You hardly get things at the exact price that is there, right? So say, for example, if you check here, the price is 1.38873, right? If you do check, okay, according to this platform, it's showing the price of selling, right? So this line here, that is here, this is the price that you, if you sell, your market will sell it at exactly that price. But if you buy, you will buy at a different price. So the difference between the price is called a spread, right? So some of the difference, some of that difference goes to your broker, right? So depending on the broker that you're using, some brokers have a bigger spread, right? So you have some brokers that are maybe giving you a spread of 20 pips, 30 pips, or 50 pips, right? Which is the point basis difference of these numbers, right? Say, for example, this is 877 and that's 901. So if you do the difference between 877 and 901, it's about 30 points, right? So that's the fee that you pay to your broker. A portion of it goes to your broker. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the spread. So some I know some brokers, they cover the spread, but then they make you pay monthly fees, so which is not ideal if you're not an active trader. So yeah, this is the most convenient option, where you pay as you're trading, right? So the pips are like some pips are like 20 pips, 30 pips. So it's a very small amount that you pay. I wish I could open a trade here. So on the next class, I'll open a trade, and then I'll show you how it works on a live account, because this is a real account. It's not a demo account. So I'll use a demo account next time, and then I'll open a trade, and then I'll show you how it works. So if you open it, you can also do it on your own. And when you open a demo account, when you open a trade, say you open a buy, you will start at a negative, right? Even if the market is going up, right? So it starts you at a negative. So now it means that the money that you are losing is the money that the difference between the two prices. That's the money that you're gonna be losing when you start when you click on buy. Right. I hope that answers your question. And these ones that are here, your market watch, these are other currencies that are there. So you are looking at Euro USD. These are the currencies that you're interested in. So if you look at price action, they show you the prices that are there. So you can just play around with this and then be able to see the price that they're offering that you can buy at. And then if you're interested in trading, you can just double click that and then you can sort of like execute, and you can enter a trade there with a certain lot size, and then you can either sell or buy, right? So yeah, that's if maybe you had done an analysis and then you just put it there on the market watch, so that you can, if you're looking at another analysis here, then you can be able to see how that one is behaving without actually going to the actual chart, which is this chart here, right? Okay, is there any other question? Have I answered all your questions? Oh. Okay, I guess everyone is happy. I don't know. Okay, so it's now 6 minutes past 7, so we are way past our time. So I think, yeah, I don't know if Simple has anything else to say. I think we are done with the class. Simple? I can't hear you properly.
No, I have nothing else to say. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys for coming through for this class. See you next week. Cheers. Have an awesome weekend.
Thank you. You too.